30.
30.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Episode 30.
All right, we're back in. Let's go.
Let's go.
Nice to see you guys.
So, as you guys probably heard, that Trump has recently announced for the US that he is buying a lot of Bitcoin, Ether, Sol, XRP, and ADA into like the US funding. So pretty much what is using the digital assets for obviously the utility. Actually, as if you guys have also been keeping up, there's also been a lot going on with the interest rates. So the interest rates have just dropped. Hence why you also would have noticed in your bank accounts that your interest rates have dropped about maybe about 1%, more or less. But that's due to the RBA dropping down from 4.35 down to 4.1. Then that's just currently because their funding's currently in the negatives at top. It just dropped at the moment, and as well as the RRP, which is just dropped as well. So it pretty much means Bitcoin and all other assets are going to be going up, and more of a bull run.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. You talked about utility coins. I mean, it was nice to mention that like utility coins are something that like obviously there's value when you invest in. There's actual real value on like meme coins.
You mean like Solana, Ether, and
Exactly.
Bitcoin to an
So
extent?
pretty much
Yeah.
that's something like people should know. But another thing is like recently, like at least from some of my circle, people are investing in like nano cap projects. They've been talking about like utility coins doing decently well, but it's like sometimes it's like you lose money, right? Sometimes it's because the thing is it actually requires like real work, unlike meme coins, where meme coins is just like a hype and like people are just like it's just marketing, right?
The whole work and that's just the marketing.
Exactly. Whereas utility, you actually have to pay people for the developers for the infrastructure, security.
Like the best bet is like Ethereum, like how Ethereum used for the NFTs and for the layer twos.
Exactly. And like talking like decentralized like utility. They're more, yeah.
So how does that sort of work for the decentralized utility? Could you jump a bit more on that, or could you explain a bit more on that?
I don't know much about it, but I'm just saying like from my like what I'm hearing from my circle is like Dex utility coins are more like a lot more volatile. You can lose like a lot of money, but you can like make a lot of money too. Like say you throw in like 100, even a 50 bill, and it could times like 25K. Like it's in like a couple hours. It's crazy. But
A
they're
lot.
really like nano cap coins that literally launch. They appear for like a couple hours, and then after that, the person just rugs. That's what they call it. And then
The good old rock pool.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's where like decentralized goes into yeah. But then when you're talking about more centralized, like ETH and like BTC and all those coins, yeah, like those ones they take longer to make money with.
Yeah, but it's also just thinking about like the long term gain. Like you're involved in the gold, or if you buy the gold, you just sit back, relax, and wait for more and more people to see its value. Like you see its value early on, then you just sit back, relax, and let the market do its thing. Or you create a system to be like, hey, I'm going to buy here, I'm going to sell here, and then yeah, you just make maybe 10, 20x off the profits of what you should.
Yeah, but when it comes to like those big like coins and everything like ETH and BTC, obviously, if you weren't there like what 10 years ago or something, yeah, you're not. You right now, it's like you're going to make really small like percentages like here and there, right? Whereas like
Yeah.
these small like launches like tokens that launch, they actually like you can make a lot with just a little. So you just have to do a lot. Like it's a lot of research involved and really like, because these projects get launched by, it could be like just a couple of random guys like in Peru or something, right? So it's really hard
Yeah.
to kind of validate like, what's actually going on, like what are these guys doing and stuff.
But then I think that's where use of having a system in play is a way to validate
Yeah.
it not being a rug pull and you having a proper outline of what you will buy and what you won't.
Mhm.
Because I know, like after the Trump coin, for example, some guy who I saw on X, he lost money, so he's like, I'm gonna create the next Baron coin, and then he just rug pulled everyone because he was just angry.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
It's
I
just like,
remember
bro,
seeing on YouTube like some guy just like a developer or founder just launched a coin and then rug pulled like one of the billionaires, like a well-known billionaire or something like that. It was insane, but they couldn't do anything.
like, did he lose all of his net worth or what
No,
happened?
no, no. Like he just took his money. Like obviously he lost all of his money that he put in, but it was like a kind of like a dirty play and stuff, and you couldn't do anything right because it's like
You
you
can't
can't really
really track
track it.
those transactions unless you know the wallet address. And but you can't really say, hey, this person bought this or vice versa.
Exactly. That's one thing about crypto that people you have to be mindful of pretty much.
It's also, it's pretty much
But if you like you said, if you come up with a system, you have like a logical way of like thinking about it. You look at someone who launches a meme coin, for example, if that person consistently had successes launching projects, right? That's already one thing like you can check on them, and then like the project itself, seeing like the actual like, does it make sense to have that meme coin like running today? Like I'm not going to invest in some kind like cat meme coin or some dog meme coin or something like that, right? Like you don't have
unless
to.
you're following the narrative. Unless you're following the narrative and know what you're doing, that's the only time when.
Yeah, that's
But
another
that's
thing. Like following the narrative is also something that it's a key thing. But in general, like yeah, there's many ways you can like tell if this coin will actually do well. Right?
but then it's also having that short term vision as well, that long term vision, like people had for Bitcoin to begin with. Like you were saying at the very beginning, having that knowledge and the skills that you have equipped it to short term trades, but also having the foresight and the ability to see the long term use and the actual value of the asset, like people are doing for Bitcoin and like you're going to do for Bitcoin, like in the next 10 years. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's worth like 10 million in the next 10 years per Bitcoin.
For Bitcoin, that's crazy.
No, I'm
You
just
wouldn't be
saying, I'm just
surprised.
saying.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as like already today, you find like so many. Like pretty much, I heard on Friday, they poured in like some couple hundred billions in the or 100 millions in the stock market, something like
330 billion got pulled out, then I pulled it back in last night.
exactly. That's what happened like last Friday. So I mean, you hear that, and then you hear like big countries like investing in like crypto, and like big players, big billionaires, like they're all have like a share in it. So yeah, it's just a matter of time, honestly. Like you said, there's nothing wrong with having like some money in there.
No, even if it's just like your emergency fund, just have that in there because it's going to appreciate so much over the next 5, 10 years if you need it. And even if it's like you need it like right away, it's more than likely going to be appreciated, more likely than not, depending on the TPI of the market, which is a turning point indicator. In better words, that's just saying if it's going to be negative or if so let's just say it's down, or that's if the TPI is negative, or if the TPI is positive, it's expected to go up. That's where you get distance for it.
I see.
But then that's where you're like, okay, that's when you make calculated risk with that emergency fund then and create it from there.
Yeah, that's very cool.
I'm just saying, like even like for example, why did you decide to make ETH your main coin instead of making something like Bitcoin or Solana, where Bitcoin's obviously that digital gold and Solana controls that casino? Why did you make Ethereum your main?
For me, why did I
Yeah,
make it my main? Honestly, I don't know. Like for me, it just, I mean, it didn't really, it was just like easier to transact the gas fees. Gas fees were also like pretty decent. But honestly,
so you
yeah,
so did you more find use in the utility of the coin than the actual?
not really. I don't know like when it started. Like I just said, I'm going to start like investing in a coin, and then I start opening my wallet and everything. And then that was the first thing like I bought. But in the past, I still have like assets in Solana. I have some money in like other coins that went to shit right now, like Axis Infinity and like what is it? Like there was other two others where I lost like pretty much everything. Like right now they're worth like, bro, it's
pennies on the dollar.
no, it's just so negative. Like don't even talk about it. But
Did you just delete your wallets, or what did you do?
no, no. I still
Did you
have
just delete your
some of
wallet?
my Solana. Like I still have some Solana, but it's nothing like too crazy. But yeah, like when in terms of ETH, like that's a good point. Like why I kept my money in ETH. Honestly, like I don't know, like I just couldn't tell you a real reason. At the time it was like I'll just transact in ETH, right? I still keep it like yeah, I still have like a lot. I mean right now it's not much, but still kept it in ETH for now. I mean you can keep it in USDT,
Yeah.
right? That's another thing too.
Yeah. Well, USDT is basically based on the funding of the US government, or based not on the based on the company that runs it. So it's like USDC, which is a bit still, it's mostly there, but it's like we've had a few shakeups in the last few days, so it's like you still got to be careful.
What does that mean? Like it
Oh no, like the price dropped and then it just basically what's the word, corrected itself back to its original price. Like I think it dropped down to 0.96 and then it went back up,
0.9.
which is unheard of for something like USD.
Interesting. How does it work though? Like how do they actually make a token that kind of matches the price of US?
So a lot of the assets are actually funded by either gold, the US dollar, or some of them are funded by gold, US dollar, and Bitcoin. That's why they can get the actual stable coins, and they can be stable the whole time throughout the cycle, or without minimal. Like you know how like sometimes you see the charts go like that for like USDT or USDC.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it just correcting itself because obviously uphold to the market and try to basically make sure the coin doesn't go up without too much funding, or if it's a simple just correction or error within the graph.
Interesting. That was good to know. So they're actually backed by real assets.
Yeah. And some of them might be backed by private equities as well, like even some real estate companies, just because you get that consistent, you get strong real estate, like theoretically the strongest asset you can get because it's brick and mortar. But yeah, but most of the coins are pretty safe, but there has been a few that have dropped down to almost zero. There was one earlier, I can't think of the name of it.
Anyways, moving on, like yeah, you mentioned managing multiple businesses and all that. You know, I was just wondering like what kind of I guess your strategy you said earlier, it's pretty much try to do things as simple as possible and like the the proper way, right?
That'd be more than likely to use of systems. I love systems. Honestly, for even my investing, I got systems when I buy, when I sell. I know or what I need to add. I currently for my market, or for my marketing agency, I'm currently just creating a whole system um for trying to get people to buy in, as well as creating like a sales system to sell them on, and then sell them on, as well as trying to get them to buy from you. Like, let's just say if you're trying to get them to buy from you today and they wanted to book an appointment, you'll be like, okay, sweet, let's book an appointment now. This is for X days in X week. And then you'll be like, well, what's the reason you need to think about it? This is why, X, Y, Z. They basically spit it out. And then you go from like, okay, hey, this is why. What's up? Why is this, why is this one the issue? And then you pretty much go from basically their whole thought process down to be like, okay, let's basically figure out if it's a value issue, money issue, or if it's just them being like one of our competitors is cheaper or something, and then it can be like, this is what we provide, this is what they provide, here's a few testimonials, and here's what our current competitor does, is go from, let's just say they go from the next company down to our company, and they're like, I just should have gone with you guys the whole time. Like, I can, I can help you out here. I'm just, you sort of got to have that sort of relationship with that client of like, you're just trying to look out for them.
Yeah.
Like just think about like this.
Just
Your paycheck doesn't matter and you're just trying to put your customer in the best position.
got you. So
Yeah.
do you have like a one-to-one relationship with your clients and like your employees and all?
I do for a lot of them. The
You know
best,
the
obviously,
birthplace.
you and I know the best thing you can do is actually pretty much just being mates with your customers, and because that actually has that relationship, and you guys like know each other on that deeper level, like that authentic level, so they're not just thinking, oh, you're just some big corporate company who's just trying to take their money, or who basically aren't just like, I'm just going to put all my time, energy, and soul into working
Okay.
and basically getting this to work for you.
That's cool. That's good to know. But like having like that personal, yeah, personal connection helps. It builds trust too. That's another thing.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, those are nice insights. I remember, yeah, one of my friends, like after he quit his job, he was like, he was trying to start like change his life completely. And then now he does like crypto full time, like trading. And,
Day trading or
yeah, like
investing.
like pretty much trading at 24 hours. Like sometimes he doesn't sleep because he knows there's going to be something happening overnight. So yeah, it's sometimes that's crazy. It's crazy like that.
I mean, that's what you have to do for crypto. It's not like the stock market where you can actually sleep when your market's
Yeah,
finished.
you can't like for that Trump coin, that thing happened overnight, literally. Like my,
Oh, it's also just went up 30% today, 31%,
that's crazy.
like as we were speaking.
Yeah, so pretty much, I think it's also because tax season's coming up this week. So that's another.
Yeah, that's right. You guys had tax season in March, and yeah,
Yeah, we have it in March. So see, like a lot of these events, like you have to know like just what's happening globally with crypto.
yeah,
Like,
and then you got to try and basically position yourself well,
hey, literally,
and
you have
then
to
get
know.
your portfolio, your tax right, as you were saying, tax season.
Yeah, you don't even like you have to search all these things up, right? Like, what's tax season in China, right? Do they even have it? Like, crazy. So pretty much, yeah, those are like that's something hard. But then at the end, like he has a couple friends where he's like trusts and like he knows them very well. So he kind of does business with them too in terms of like launching crypto projects and all that, getting the funding, the developers. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, it's it's cool to have. But there's also like people that do like renting, like you know when you're renting things out, like for example, a car or something. It's nice to have people you trust that you can like, you know, say, okay, I can actually rent my car too. And if you know them for like a while and stuff, like you'll know, okay, this person's not gonna like mess up your asset, whether it be like real estate, car, or whatever. Exactly. So at the end, right, it's key takeaway. It's when you know the clients that you're dealing with in a business for a long time, especially if there were like a friendship that you've built for years, it's good to have, as when you're starting, it's good to have that kind of connection because it kind of puts you in a good position to build trust with your clients and like get to know them further. When new clients are coming in as well, like you know, okay, how to deal with, you know, this kind of person and that kind of person and whatnot. Right. So that's like my key takeaway, right? It's like whenever you're starting business. But yeah, I don't know what else to say.
So probably the best bit of advice to add on to that, you're better off working with your family and your friends because who else do you have to work with?
Yeah, that's true. But you're not gonna, here's the thing, when you're doing with family, like working with family, it's right. Like you're gonna build better, build more and all that. That's why you have so many businesses named after families. But to actually kind of bring in more money, like from outside, like I would say, you know, like it's good to have like people from outside your circle to come in and like, for example, tap into your business or your content or I don't know. Right.
That's also where you leverage off your family's connections or their friends.
Yeah, that's true. you do have that as a sort of leverage. Makes sense. I mean, when you're starting, that's how it goes. I mean, the law of virality, right? Even with content, is you want people to share as much as you can. So if you share it with your family and you have a couple of family members that really like it, they share it with their circle and whatnot. And then that's how like things start trending.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
that's 100% correct. They're the best building blocks to start off with.